What is going on, guys? Today we are doing the NFL Week 5 picks. I went 11-3 last week, so I'm going to gloat on that a little bit after I do this week's picks. But first, I just want to give a shout out to Cowboys fans only on YouTube. I went to his website and bought this Feed Zeke shirt. Really cool shirt, guys. So go to cowboysfansonly.com, check out his merch, and check out J-Tuck's YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. Okay, so I'm going to go and get into this. I have my sheet of notes here where I wrote down the games and who I'm picking in the games, basically. So we're going to start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Chicago Bears. We know that this game already happened. Probably shouldn't have included it, but I put this together before the game happened, so I'm just going to be honest. I picked the Buccaneers to win that game. And the Bears have been somewhat impressive. They've been going through quarterbacks. Looks like they're kind of done with Mitch Trubisky. I believe Nick Foles started in this game. I wasn't able to watch it, so I'm not too sure. I'll go back and look at some highlights. But I was wrong, so I'm going to count that one against me, even though I'm recording this after the fact that the game played. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. I'm picking the Carolina Panthers. So the Falcons just haven't proven that they can win games. And the Panthers, albeit they're probably not a much more talented team, they've won a couple games. So I'm a little more impressed with the Panthers, their coaching, and just what they got going on moving forward. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. So this is kind of a no-brainer for me. I'm definitely picking the Ravens. I think the Bengals got their first win last week. I don't really remember who they played. Actually, it's on the sheet, so we can look. Yeah, so they beat the Jags. So that was an impressive win for Joe Burrow. Nice to see that he's got something positive going. And hopefully they'll improve more moving forward. I know A.J. Green hasn't been involved too much this season. They have a lot of weapons at wide receiver, so it'll be interesting. I still think that the Panthers, I got mixed up because of the last game. The Ravens are the much better team in that division. They're probably going to win the division again this year, and so that's what I think moving forward. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. So I talked to a lot of my buddies this week that are Jaguars fans, and they have zero confidence in their defense and their coaching, and they just think the team sucks. So I'm definitely going to pick the Houston Texans despite their lack of weapons on offense. They're going to have a new coach, a new GM, so I would think that the team's going to kind of come around the new group and show a little energy this week and show a little heart and pick up their first win. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. So another easy game for me to pick. I got the Chiefs winning this one at home. I think the Raiders are slowly starting to improve some. They've shown some flashes, but they're just not putting it together yet. They're not putting it all together yet this year. John Gruden has a long-term deal, so if he gets to see his contract through, I could see over the next couple of years that team, the young guys, really start to separate themselves and the team getting a little better. So I do think they're on the right track, but they're not going to compete with Kansas City this week, just my opinion. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the New York Jets. So I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Until the Jets prove otherwise, I'm picking them to lose pretty much every week. Cardinals haven't looked too hot lately either, but at the same time, they got weapons on offense. The Jets don't. So I think Kyler Murray's going to run all over them. Nuke's going to have a big day, and they're going to win that game pretty soundly. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so this could be a close game. The Eagles always are going to play tough defensively. Steelers are a very tough defense, one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best. So I'm picking this to be a pretty tough battle. I do think the Steelers are going to win. I think they're just gelling better right now. Eagles have had some issues, but they did get a win last week that they desperately needed. So, I forgot who it's against. Let me check that real quick if I can. So they beat the 49ers, and I picked the 49ers winning that game. Although I think the 49ers were on their third-string quarterback because I think their backup got hurt during the game as well. So, Nick Mullins. So I definitely think the Steelers are going to pick this one up, but it's probably not going to be easy if the Eagles are rolling. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Tennessee Titans. I'm not too sure. Is this game going to happen? Is it going to happen on Tuesday? Let me know in the comments what the deal is with this game. I know the Titans didn't have anybody else test positive today or yesterday for COVID, so hopefully that means they are going to play that game on Tuesday. I got to make sure I pick them. Okay, so yeah, I picked the Buffalo Bills. I do think the Titans are good. They're a little going under the radar this year because they're not playing great, but they are winning some games against some decent teams. I would like to look real quick and see if they did win against actually, I guess they didn't play last week against the Steelers. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I think the Bills are rolling on all four cylinders. Right now, this is their biggest game yet this season, and I think the Bills are going to impress. I'm really impressed with Josh Allen. They continue to surprise me. I'm going to stop underrating them. I'm going to start listening to Dan Mitchell, my buddy who covers the Bills, and I'm picking the Bills to win, assuming they play this game this week. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Washington football team next. The Rams haven't been as impressive lately. The game against the Giants, it was a win, but 17-9 against the Giants just isn't that impressive. The fact that they tied with the Eagles. So I'm a little down on the Rams. Nevertheless, I do think they're going to beat the Washington football team. Looks like they're giving up on Dwayne Haskins already. I don't know if they're giving up on him, if there's something going on with the COVID protocol or what. I really don't know. But Kyle Allen, man, I'm a diehard Texas A&M fan, so I've seen him play plenty in college. He was pretty good in Carolina. I'll give him that at times. But at the same time, I don't think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I'm picking and I forgot who they're playing. I'm picking the Rams every time it gets them. Just a little brain slip, guys. Miami Dolphins next at the San Francisco 49ers. I like how I picked a team and I didn't even know who the team was. So I do have it written down who I picked, and that's why I'm kind of like having to look back and see who it is. I'm picking the 49ers to beat the Miami Dolphins. And I don't even know if they're on Nick Mullins or if they're on CJ Beathard. That's something you're going to also have to tell me in the comments, guys. But even still, I just think they're a better team. They got more talent. They're tough on defense. You saw, even with Nick Mullins, what they did to the New York Giants a couple weeks ago. So they did lose to the Eagles. It was a pretty good game from what I remember. So I do think the 49ers are going to win this one. It could be close just because they have so many injuries. But I think they are starting to get some guys back. Next we have the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots. Okay. So this is tough. I'm picking the Patriots, but the Broncos could compete. Blake Bortles is back in the NFL. I guess he's going to be starting, and it'll be interesting to watch. If the Patriots, I think they had to start Brian Hoyer, and I feel like this game already happened. Did this game already happen? I'm kind of, let me see who the Patriots played last week, because I'm a little confused about that, because I knew they already played a game with Hoyer. Okay, and it was against Kansas City, and they lost. So they looked pretty bad with Brian Hoyer, to be honest. I picked them to beat the Broncos. I'm going to stick with it. Might not be a great pick because I think Blake Bortles actually might be able to do a little more than Brian Hoyer. He's got better weapons. He's a little more athletic. I'm not saying he's a better quarterback, but he might be slightly better. Yeah, I'm a little iffy on that pick, but I'm going to stick with my guns there. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Cleveland Browns. And this one's a very tough matchup for me. Two pretty good football teams when it comes down to it. I've seen the Browns up close and personal, and that's why I'm picking them to beat the Colts. But I could see it going either way. But they beat the Cowboys so bad last week. Played us a lot tougher than anybody else we played, including the Seahawks, including the Rams. So I'm very impressed right now, and I'm high on the Cleveland Browns. I'm picking them to beat the Colts. I see it being a very tough game because the Colts are good too. They're also good at running the ball. Jonathan Taylor's a stud. Phillip Rivers is going to go out there and do his thing. I think I started T.Y. Hilton in fantasy, so I hope he does well. But I'm thinking this is a Browns win. Got a few more. Giants-Cowboys. Already made the preview for the Cowboys game. Y'all have seen that. I picked the Cowboys to win. Wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. Don't think we're very good, but I do think that if we can slow down any offense in the NFL, which we might not can, but if we can, it's going to be the New York Giants. So that's what I'm sticking with. I'm picking the Cowboys to win. I'm not going to give a score. I don't think I did in my preview video for that game either, but it's probably going to be 20s, 30s. I'm taking the over on 55 points scored in that game. Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks. So Vikings are starting to step up a little bit. They're playing a little better. I think Seattle's the better team, more continuity. The Vikings just had a lot of guys leave last year. Everson Griffin, who hadn't done much this year, but was a big part of that Vikings pass rush. Another guy, Stephon Diggs, was a major weapon. I know Kirk Cousins has struggled without him. And at the end of the day, I just think the Seahawks are the better team. Russell Wilson's going to go out there and do his thing. Last, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the New Orleans Saints. Saints at home, guys. I think this is a no-brainer. Justin Herbert's been somewhat impressive. I think he showed a lot of what he showed in college to why he got drafted the past couple of weeks. But at the same time, I think the Saints are just the better team. They had the better quarterback play, more weapons. I picked them to win. So now I'm going to gloat just a little bit on last week's picks. Indianapolis Colts beat the Chicago Bears. I picked that one 1-0. Jacksonville Jaguars lost to the Bengals. I picked the Bengals 2-0. Cleveland Browns beat the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys. That was one of my 3 losses, so 2-1. New Orleans Saints beat the Lions. I picked the Saints. I believe that was a closer game than a lot of people expected. So the Lions play tough. Matt Stafford's a really good quarterback. One of the more underrated quarterbacks in the league. Even still, I think that puts me at 3-1. Seattle Seahawks beat the Miami Dolphins. Easy pick for me, 4-1. Los Angeles Chargers lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've been picking the Buccaneers pretty much every week, and they lost week 5, but week 4 they won, which put me at 5-1. Baltimore Ravens beat the Washington football team. Another easy pick for me, 6-1. Arizona Cardinals lost to the Carolina Panthers. That was the tough one for me, but I picked the Cardinals, and I was wrong. So 6-2. I'm not too mad about that one. That was a tough game. Minnesota Vikings beat the Houston Texans, and the Vikings hadn't been impressive up to that game, but like I said, I just haven't been impressed at all with the Texans. So I picked them to lose, and they did, and that put me at 7-2. New York Giants lost to the Rams. That put me at 8-2. That was an easy pick for me, but like I said, the Rams didn't exactly impress offensively, but at the same time, Giants didn't score a touchdown. So there you go. New England Patriots lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. That was an easy one for me. Kansas City just had too much firepower. 9-2. Buffalo Bills beat the Las Vegas Raiders. That put me at 10-2. So like I said, I am back on the Bills train. They're rolling this year. Philadelphia Eagles beat the San Francisco 49ers. Guys, it's so tough for me to pick the Eagles to win games. I don't like them. I thought the 49ers were the better team, and they probably are the better team, but when you're on your third string quarterback, it's going to be tough to win some games. The Eagles just managed to get things done with Carson Wentz, and that put me at 10-3. Pittsburgh, Tennessee, I forgot who I picked, but that game was obviously postponed. When are they going to play that one? I'm a little confused when they're going to play all these games. Tennessee, having all these guys test positive, it sucks to see, sucks to hear, but hopefully they get these games played. Final game of the week, Atlanta Falcons at Green Bay Packers. I picked the Packers. That one was the easy one, right? So that put me at 11-3. Struggled a little bit last week. I was really good the week before that. Really good week 4. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Do me a favor. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for some more daily. I typically put out Dallas Cowboys content, but once a week I do the NFL weekly picks, and that's about it. I'm out. Peace!